Oh, Bobby, let's go. Spirit wasn't able to make it here. He was shut down in his prime, and now we have our PBZ.
Indeed, we do. We are going to be kicking it off here on Data C. Where, oh, look at that. Indy, I can follow Indy again. We are in the bottom left-hand corner map spawning, all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. Our red Protoss player coming out from the land of Poland. He's going to be representing Team Liquid. He is MaNa.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Data Under the Sea, we have his opponent, the Polish Zerg player himself, representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. Boy.
Wow. All right. Well, yeah, we've just seen what MaNa is willing to do against one of his compatriots, one of his countrymen. How much he is willing to bully him. Will he do something similar against Elazer? That's what I want to know.
That's a good thing to bring up, is that MaNa did not hold back against Spirit. He's like, nah, mate, we may be from the same country, but I don't know you. I'm gonna do you dirty. So, yeah.
You really... even eat cabbage?
I'm really curious to see what he brings to the table here. Again, Elazer being the best Zerg player from Poland, MaNa being the best Protoss from Poland. Oh boy, a very high caliber match overall. So far, I appreciate it as well. MaNa was actually skirting around the edge of the main base of Elazer, and it looked like he was going to throw down a proxy pylon, but you know, he was just teasing it. And Elazer just now even drone scouted that area just in case that was the case. So like, there's a little bit of mind games going on already.
Yeah. MaNa definitely has a bit of the edge here in the mental.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that continues.
It's a ZvP, all right? The Zerg is already behind in the mental. It happens.
Alright, exposing, yeah.
Oh my god, it's like an AoE, like, kind of buff for the Protoss, but a nerf for whoever, like, plays against him. It even works in PvP.
Oh, area of... Right, it's like an IRL.
Yeah.
Area. Right, I thought you were talking about, like, Age of Empires. Like, yeah, you know, it's like when you play as the Chinese against the Mongols. Something, I don't know.
God damn it. like a debuff that goes with their opponent is more of what I was going
for. So you play Byzantium and you're up against the Ottomans. Wait, is Byzantium in the AoE?
I played AoE 4 once, okay?
Yeah.
For a couple of hours.
I saw that stream, yeah. Exclusively played England.
There you go. Yeah, I did. I can't remember any of it. But regardless, we are getting into this, and ooh, very interesting. So we had a Stargate opener, which was nothing really to ride home about. I wasn't too, surprised by that. But MaNa doesn't go for an Oracle first.
Yeah, MaNa today, or I guess a month ago, bringing out the today, bringing out the 2020-2021 build orders.
Yeah, so this is going to be keeping Elazer in the dark. The Overlord is going to slip on in, going to confirm the Void Ray. Void Ray is going to kill this. And Elazer won't be able to scout what comes next. Whether it's another Void Ray, a second Stargate, a Twilight Council. It's more often than not, it is a Twilight Council. But regardless of what it is, Elazer won't know.
It is, in fact, going to be an Oracle this time. How many of them?
Yeah, how many indeed? The Oracle is interesting. The Oracle, of course, has its place, especially because it will be able to defend against any Ling harassment here at the third base as soon as it pops out. But I'm really curious as to what the tech is going to be. For the time being, Void Ray goes across the map, and it looks like, oh, it does get another Overlord.
Yeah, supply blocks the laser.
I love you, Elazer.
Leave that open, yeah.
Oh my god, we do have a little bit of a Ling run by here at the third base. Always going to be able to get a probe. Oh, never. I spoke too soon. Oh my god.
Yeah, the very quick warping of the Adept is going to be enough to deter these Lings, at least for the time being.
Exactly. Meanwhile, we do have two Adepts slipping in towards the main base. The Void Ray gets surrounded by the Queens, and a couple more shots.
One more volley!
Oh.
Barely survives with 5 health. Literally one more shot from a queen.
Jesus, the Void Ray survives. Meanwhile, 2 Adepts get into the main base. 3 drones get targeted down. For 2 Adepts, this is pretty good damage, especially because it isn't just those drones, it's also the Lings that we're trying to chase this down.
Yeah, and then you also have to consider the fact that these are completely vanilla Adepts. You know, not a huge commitment into them was made, so 3 drones, net positive, really.
Yeah, and now the double Oracle slips in towards the natural base as well. There was no Spore, so Elazer was being a little bit greedy, but he did have 3 Queens in position. Does force this back. In total, 6 drones have gone down, and the Oracles are still alive. Oh, the Void Ray comes back with a vengeance to deny the 4th. Oh god!
May as well try, but it will be chased away by the rest of these Queens. Again, Elazer, probably more than any other player who loves his Queens.
He really does, and his Queen should be able to be here in time to protect the 4th base. The Void Ray has to get the hell out of here before it's too late. There we go, does turn around at the same time. 3rd Oracle shows up at the 3rd. And I didn't realize this, but Elazer even skipped his Spores here.
Yeah, and just like that, 5 more drones are going to go down. Total of 11, so pretty... I mean, it's not the cleanest start here for MaNa, but I would definitely say he has the advantage going into the mid game.
Yeah, but now we have a massive Ling counterattack here. We have to recall our Oracles all the way back home. They do get here in time. The Lings weren't able to get too much value, but they do alleviate a lot of pressure. They do force MaNa back home. And MaNa's doing something very interesting. He is going for a very late Glaive Adepts, but he's also kind of pairing this up with +1 air attack.
Huh. Huh.
Yeah.
We'll see if he continues, or when he does resume Stargate production, what units are going to come out from that, but this is interesting.
I wonder if it's a fake out or not, as the Lings, they're going to get a full surround on this 4th base, and we're going to have to see it cancel. There we go, so nice damage being done by Elazer. At the same time, Glaives has completed, and the Adepts are across the map.
Yeah, looking to deal some damage. I will say this, you know, because Glaives was delayed by so long, Elazer never really felt the need to tech into a Roach Warren or anything like that.
Yeah,
There are a ton of Queens and a ton of Lings, but these drones are still looking pretty vulnerable.
They really are. We do see a massive shade into the main base, but the Lings are ready and waiting. At the same time, we have more Adepts working up at the 3rd. Drones are falling left and right, but so far, nothing too major. Only 9 drones. This is, we can deal with this.
Yeah, this is a huge investment into Adepts. MaNa needs to get a bit more damage done. This is decent. Can he get more?
Mate, 15 drones go down. Basically an entire mineral line. This does make it worth it, especially because the Adepts do shade in towards the main base at the same time. Soon to have +1 attack. 3 Oracles also head towards the 3rd.
MaNa has just invested everything into his ability to kill drones this game. 23 drones go down. Just like that, MaNa has a very comfortable worker lead.
Mate, it's like Elazer. This is what you get for, I mean, he was cutting some corners. He intentionally was not getting any Spores because he was confident in his Queen control. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. Meanwhile, the Mutas are out, and these Oracles are being hunted down, barely surviving, barely outrunning, outpacing these Mutas.
Ooh. Super Battery having to be popped just to keep those Oracles alive. But now the Phoenixes and the Stalkers are turning around to deal with these Mutas.
Yeah, the Muta's only getting 1 Oracle in the end, but yeah, this is really interesting. I was really curious if he was forcing a Spire transition, because I'm pretty sure Elazer saw +1 air attack researching when he went for the Link counterattack earlier, and now he has +1 attack on his Phoenixes as he's getting ready to deal with said Mutas.
Yeah, and he doesn't really need to invest too much into them, to be honest. He's also not neglecting his ground army. He's getting 1-1 as well. I like this from MaNa. It's kind of difficult to pull off just because of how expensive it is, but he is forcing Elazer to second guess himself every single time to try to figure out what the hell kind of army Elazer's trying to build.
Yeah, and speaking of, here we go, 1-1 is done for for MaNa. He's pushing out across the map with mass charge. Let's hear the base is going to be going down immediately. No, he doesn't care about the base. He wants to go for the throat.
But will this backfire? Because that's a ton of Banelings about to finish up right on top of these Zealots. but he doesn't have Bailing speed though.
Ooh, no bailing speed. How good are the splits? It looks like good enough. The queens are being surrounded here by the mass charge lots. The mutas are cleaning up all the phoenixes in the sky though, but how much damage are these zealots gonna do?
Well, they've already taken out 16 drones, and they're looking to take out even more. It's the oracles actually, but there are a couple of zealots here to support.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like there's barely any mining going on right now. The queens are falling left and right. There are only 2 queens remaining, but we have more zealots coming across that. MaNa hitting hard here with this 1-1 timing. Again, just forcing Elazer to play, to dance to his music this entire game. It was very unique, but I kind of love it.
He is absolutely secure at the mental, is what I'm taking away from this game. Is it possible for MaNa for Elazer to defend against this? Not without Banelings, but I don't think he has the gas to get Banelings.
Look at the workers right now. Look at the worker supply is all I have to say. A sight you almost never see is a Protoss player with almost double the worker count of the Zerg. But Elazer, you know, he's a man with nothing to lose. He's going for a massive counterattack. Right now, he is so committed to this aggression. He has his mutas, he has his lings. Can he somehow equalize? No.
he would need a miracle to pull that off, or at least a slight chink in MaNa's armor. But MaNa, he polishes his armor. He makes sure he welts it tight.
Oh boy, exactly. Like, the defenses are just too good. I was about to say that, like, this 4th base looks pretty vulnerable because there are no shield batteries, so I was like waiting for maybe like a Baneling run by or something like that, but Elazer needs everything at home to defend. He needs everything he can muster here to hold on, and it's not going to be enough. GG gets called. Oh my god.
MaNa wins game number 1 and the mental, without a doubt.
I'm a little bit in shock, not gonna lie. GG, well played. That was an insane game from MaNa. Very unique, very unique.
It absolutely was. I'm a little bit in shock as well, not so much with the fact that MaNa won that, but just with how convincingly he won that.
Yeah, I just want to like reiterate that his build order, his opener, just was very unorthodox. Going for a Void Ray first into an Oracle, that's fine, but like delaying Glaives for so long and then committing into +1 air attack, which again, I'm pretty sure that was for the Phoenixes, not so much for the Oracles. So like he was thinking that far ahead, thinking of how Elazer was going to react to him. And then after that, of course, transitioning into a 1-1 timing with charge lots, like it all just came together and it all made sense. And it looked as if like Elazer maybe hadn't gone up against that before. Just yeah, it felt like he was playing.
That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah,
it felt like he was playing into MaNa's hands.
I think that's exactly what happened. Yeah. Again, it's difficult to pull this off as a Protoss player just because, you know, we've kind of hit a certain point of the game where most styles have been figured out, most plays have been figured out, and so if you want to keep swapping your tech choices, it's going to cost a lot of minerals and a lot of gas. But MaNa, somehow, he was able to pull that off. I think it all goes back to that one Void Ray at the start.
It all came together, you know, it like the stars aligned there for MaNa, and he looked really impressive in the first game. It was really, yeah, really exciting to see, just because I feel like there are certain matchups that have become a little bit stale, and I know that the hero style was quite popular for quite some time, but this was anything but that, you know, like MaNa almost playing with that kind of like that reputation.
And as a reminder, this was played during the height of the hero style.
Yeah, like, you know, this, no spoilers for DreamHack Atlanta, but you know, it was
I already forgot the result.
Oh my god, but yeah, that was really impressive play there by MaNa. We'll see if he can keep up the momentum as we are going to be getting into game number 2.
We shall see. Cosmic Sapphire, bit more of a Protoss favorite map.
Yeah, it is quite large indeed, but we'll see if it all ends here or if we go all the way to the ace match.
Let's find out. We are loading into Cosmic Sapphire. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in that bottom right-hand corner. We have our red Zerg player coming up from the land of Poland. He is, of course, going to be representing Team Liquid. TOD. He is Elazer.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, but also sending 2 probes out on the map. Oh my god. We have the other Polish player. He's the Polish Protoss. He is blue. Also representing Team Liquid, it is MaNa.
I like this from MaNa. I'm not sure if you noticed, but he actually canceled the pylon and then rebuilt it a little bit further back.
Oh, there we go. 2 gates are being thrown down. He forces the unnatural natural. The first overlord is going across the map. The second overlord is coming over to look for a potential cannon rush or just hover over the natural base. Will he be able to spot this as he's going for a proxy 4 gate?
Yo, this is gonna hit hard and this is gonna hit fast.
I love this, man.
I'm ready to crown him. I am ready to crown him.
Like, he's just he just doesn't hold back, man. Like, especially against Spirit. But here we go, looking at the vision of the Overlord. Is he gonna scout? He does divert his pathway, and he does see the gateways.
Well, and now he's paralyzed in fear now. He knows what he needs to do to be able to defend, I imagine. A couple of spine crawlers in the main base. It's usually a protocol.
Yeah, so a couple of things here. One, this is Giga all-in. Of course, 4 gate, there's no gases behind this. There's no way to transition. Here we go. We are forced to cancel the natural. What's important is that this proxy is a little bit far back, so it's going to take a while for MaNa to really reinforce and hit the main. But as you were saying, Elazer, he just has to survive, and immediately he throws down, oh my god, 3 spines.
Yeah, just about what you need, but they are far from completing. A couple of adepts are out now. There are only 2 lings on the map.
I love that they're all spread out as well. So that means, like, distance-wise, it's going to take a long time for the Zealots to really reach them. One of these spine crawlers is going to be denied, but the first one is already done.
Yeah, 2 of them are going to finish up, and now MaNa all of a sudden has to rethink his approach to this.
He really does, but you know what? He reinforces with even more of these Zealots. There are only 2 spines to defend, but MaNa has to warp in, or he has to do something, because 4 lings are moving out across the map, and there is nothing at home to defend other than workers, but 1 Zealot does come back home.
Yeah, we'll try to hold... No! It's a try to hold the door, but it's turning around to go across the map.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an all-army hockey or something there, but the Zealot did turn back around, so the Lings are wreaking havoc in the main base. Again, this is massive. At the same time, MaNa is trying to focus down the spawning pool.
Yeah, at least get something for his troubles. Again, like you were saying, this is Giga all-in. MaNa needs to deal some kind of damage here, and I don't think killing 1 spawning pool is going to be enough.
Yeah, it does delay speed, and it does mean that no more queens or lings can be produced, or even any more spine crawlers, so losing a spawning pool is pretty massive, but we'll see if MaNa can keep the pressure up, because the lings are still alive in the main base, by the way. Oh my god, they did kill 1 more probe, and any mining being disrupted here from MaNa just, again, is so huge. It's so impactful.
It absolutely is. MaNa, Elazer's the one who has the production on site, you know, the one who will be able to eventually just spam drones and catch back up. MaNa, on the other hand, he's gonna have to wait a while.
Yeah, but MaNa did get a gas geyser. He does have a cyber core. We do have a couple of adepts on the way, so the adepts are going to be looking to shade into the mineral line, and if these queens are a little bit too distracted, they could get a lot of damage done.
They're looking to get a lot of damage done. Just commit.
It doesn't commit yet. The queens do move down, do force a cancel on the third. Sorry, on the natural.
Yeah, I'm so used to naturals that I too thought that this was going to be Elazer's third before I remembered what went on early in the game.
Yeah, but I think this leapfrog is just too good. Like, the spines are here to support, so we have a transfuse just in time to keep the queens alive, and Elazer has secured his natural cure. Two Adepts do not shade into the main, and MaNa still hasn't transitioned. There is still, he's looking to maybe go for an expand.
Well, we'll see. Eventually, we'll get to a bit of a tipping point here, I think, of Zealots or even of Adepts, where MaNa can just sort of shade them into the main and try to take out an entire mineral line. Again, every single one of Elazer's defenses are out in the front right now.
True. Yeah, so the main is quite vulnerable, but at the same time, we do see Elazer sending all of his lings across the map. We do have a full wall off, but we may even have to recall here. MaNa's going to make a choice. Is he going to try and defend at home or just send everything across the map and just try to end it in one switch push?
Well, he's fully walling in this main base. He warps in the front line.
Yeah.
I think we'll go in full base trade.
There we go. He's going all in right now. He has to break through the defenses at the natural, but I just don't think he can. He does commit to the shade. He's going to be getting a lot of worker damage here in the main base. He does power through one of those spike rollers.
So he power through the other as well, but look at how much damage has been dealt by Elazer. There are no Adepts left. There are about to be no Zealots left.
Yeah, he is getting a lot of queen damage. Only 2 queens remaining, but 2 more spines are about to finish up behind this. I feel like this may just be... is it going to be enough? The boys are being pulled.
A bit of a sign of desperation. If MaNa can deal with these queens, then I think he'll be able to take this game.
But the ling reinforcements slip on in. They get a full surround and targeting down the stalkers.
And the queens are still very much alive. The lings finally going to be killing every single one of these probes. Stalkers are still trying to do whatever they can, but like you said, Light, the economy of Elazer has been untouched. He is just able to produce more and more and more lings that chip away slowly but surely at the Protoss army.
Yeah, and now MaNa has lost everything. He has 2 Zealots and they're running from across the map. And Elazer has held. That was honestly pretty close. And I have to wonder if MaNa just had a little bit better economy, if he just had a little bit of a better defense back at home, this could have been a different game. He could have hit maybe a couple of seconds sooner, and every second mattered there.
It absolutely, and now even the gateways are depowered. This is the final stand. Remember the, what would the Protoss equivalent in the Animal be?
Remember the sun well. Ire. That's it.
That's it. Remember the 4 gate.
Oh god. Yeah, with this, I think that MaNa's just kind of processing the loss at this point. There's literally no way for him to come back in this game. He has 3 Zealots. He has 0 production at all.
He's just getting Elazer tired out for game number 3, which we are going to be jumping into. Elazer ties up our series sideways 1-1.
Oh, GG. But again, that was so close. That was such a close game. I love that MaNa, as soon as he had momentum in the series, he immediately just goes for a proxy. Unfortunately, again, a very committed proxy, so it's like kind of like, you know, a Hail Mary play. It either works or it doesn't, and this time it didn't.
Yeah. But man, if it did.
He was so close, man. He was so close. I need to calm myself down after that game. My god.
Yeah, as do I. Well, I was gonna say, you know, I have to watch his series against Spirit had the same 2 maps to start things off with.
True.
What would the ace match be? And well, now my question has been answered.
Yeah, it looks like the ace match game number 3 is going to be on inside and out.
And out?
It's and out, yeah.
No.
It's everything.
Burger. Inside and out. As we conclude this best of 3 series now on Inside and Out, we are going to be loading into, yes, Inside and Out. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, spotting all the way in that bottom left-hand corner. We have a red Protoss player coming out from the land of Poland. He's going to be representing Team Liquid. He is MaNa. Get your banana.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Inside Now, we have his opponent, the best Zerg player in all of Poland, representing Team Liquid. It is Elazer. Oh boy, some would say that Elazer is the best player in Poland, period. But MaNa is here to test that title, to claim that throne. I think the other thing that we haven't really talked too much about is that also they are now teammates.
They are.
For a long time, Elazer.
For a while.
Yeah, for a long time, Elazer was on a different team. He was on
Argo.
Argo Esports for many years.
Well, if you want to be technical about it, it was XCOM Argo.
True. Yeah.
Which made it sound like, he was shooting shots at 95%,
missing.
but missing.
yeah. We both played XCOM. That's true. Smooch. But yeah, for a long time, Elazer was on that team, but it's really cool to see him picked up by Team Liquid. I guess it's been a while now. I get like a year at this point. But yeah, it's cool to see them both face off here. Bringing back that old kind of Team Liquid team kill meme from back in the day.
Yeah. Now it's a reality.
Yeah, I think it was back in Heart of the Swarm when it was like every DreamHack, every IEM, like TLO and Snoot would face each other in the bracket. Yep. They're like, what the hell, guys? What's going on? I want to say Tasia.
Yeah, Satiate and Haskell. Yeah, Tasia and Hero for a little while. Liquid Hero, not the current Hero.
Yeah. The other hero.
Yeah. Man, who else was on TL back in the day? I remember when Tempo made that song about Team Liquid.
True. There's been a lot of players. Huck, of course, bounced between Team Liquid and EG for a while, but that's, again, really old school. Oh my god.
Now he does Overwatch stuff.
True. He's like the president of Overwatch.
Yes.
Unironically. But yeah, it's a very historic team. It's really cool that they're still active and still a major part of the StarCraft community for such a long time. Of course, let's not undersell the fact that they even run their own major premier tournaments in TSL nowadays as well.
Yeah, they have their own streaming service apparently. I'm still confused as to what that is. TL plus. Wait, hold on. Let me grab the cheerful.
I've never heard of that before.
Grab the cheerful. What's it called? Liquid Plus.
Ah, okay.
I don't know what it is. I haven't looked into it.
Well, as you look into that, 2 Adepts were able to shade in towards the main base, and 5 drones have gone down. That is more than we really expect here. So, Elazer slipping up a little bit with his Ling, with his Ling movement, his Ling positioning, and MaNa getting a lot of value already.
Yeah, I told you MaNa was trying to tire him out.
Worked.
Yeah.
At the same time, MaNa once again does open up Void Ray first, not Oracle. Void Rays are of course slower, they have a little bit less DPS, but they are not energy based, and MaNa will be able to hold on to his third base from these Lings.
Yeah, you know what they say about Void Rays? They got stamina.
Yeah. They can last all night. As MaNa behind it. This is actually getting a little bit reminiscent of Game 1. I say a little bit. This Twilight Council is much faster compared to the glaive timing that he went for on Data C.
Yeah, it definitely is. He is still getting... No, actually, he stops after 2 oracles, and after that, he immediately throws on a forge.
Yeah, so this is a much more standard transition from a Void Ray first. He's going into his double Oracle harassment. There's no Spore here at the third, but the Queens are ready and waiting. 2 Adepts are looking to shade into the main base, but for the time being, they're being warded away. So this time, MaNa's defenses are looking quite solid. I say that as the Oracles come in for a backstab.
Yeah, they meet up with the Adepts as well. This entire mineral line is in danger, and more than half of it gets taken out.
Wow, and oh no! The Oracle was not in the dead space. 1 Oracle goes down. The Void Ray rallies into a Queen as well. So MaNa gets damage done, but at a price.
Yeah. not a great start for either of our players here, but when it's all said and done, I want to favor Elazer a little bit. He took a lot of drone damage, but I mean, he's already caught back up in that worker count. He's already dealt with the harassment units that MaNa had thrown his way. Now all he needs to do is figure out what's in store for round number 2, because as we can see, MaNa is getting Blink, +1, and a huge gateway explosion. That's 8 gates.
That's 8 gates, my god. So I was about to say that this is a much more standard transition from MaNa to go into the hero style Blink Stalkers and +1, but because we're working with 8 gateways, I don't believe we're going to see much more tech after this. I do think that MaNa wants to stay on 3 bases a little bit longer and commit to just massive Blink Stalker pressure. We'll see. We'll see if he does end up throwing down, you know, say a Robotics Bay or... Oh, no, yeah, there it is.
The Bay is coming. What are we feeling like? Blink Disruptor or Blink Colossus?
They both have their place. If Elazer committed to +1 melee and went for a mass Link style, Colossus are ideal. If we saw Lingbane Roach Ravager instead, then Disruptors would be, you know, they excel a little bit more. We'll see what MaNa decides to do, and we'll see what he ends up scouting as well.
Yeah, for now, we do see that Elazer is opting for +1 melee, a little bit more standard nowadays, and it was also very standard a month ago. I'm not sure why I brought up why it was standard a month ago, but you know, it's pretty standard in ZvP.
Yeah, it is quite standard in the current meta. We do have the Prism on the way as well to keep that pressure up, and so that MaNa can reinforce across the map. He is going to be moving out, and he opts to go for the Colossi first, which I think is a little bit safer. But oh my god, everything gets scattered by that one Ling.
Yeah, Elazer has plenty of time now to adjust his army, to adjust how he wants to approach the fights that are eventually going to happen.
Yeah, because he's fully aware that we're not committing with a gateway army, that we have some splash damage, we need more Roach Ravager, and that's exactly what he's working towards. Ravagers aren't morphed in yet, but once the army does step onto creep, I'm sure it's going to be on the way, as MaNa's making 2 Colossi at a time. What's interesting is that despite making that Prism, he is just looking to saturate and establish a 4th base.
Yeah, not really going for any harass, not really going for any backstabs. I guess it kind of makes sense. If you're MaNa right now, he wants to focus pretty much entirely on just the timing attack that'll eventually hit with charge and +2. That Warp Prism is more for reinforcing later down the line.
Yeah, meanwhile the Oracle just got sniped across the map, and what I don't like about this style from MaNa is that it is quite solid and robust. You know, as you're saying, he's just like focusing on macro more than anything. He's giving a lot of room and space to Elazer, and that's kind of the strength of the hero Blink Stalker style, is that you're just keeping the pressure up, you're always in the face of your opponents, and you're, more importantly, keeping the creep in check. Whereas here in this game, Elazer is just taking his entire half of the map.
Yeah, look at how crazy the creep spread is right now. It's already halfway across the map, and Elazer's already up to, what, 2, 4, 5 bases.
Yeah, and this is dangerous because MaNa is basically saying, you know, he's saying, you know what, you can do whatever you want. I'm just going to macro at home, and I'm going to work on my death ball, and I'm going to push out. And that's all well and good, but he's up against Elazer, you know, one of the strongest Zerg players in all of Europe, you know, top 3, definitely. And his macro is nothing to scoff at. He's already at 80 workers, he's taking on up even further, he's maxing out, he's working on his upgrades, and soon he's going to be looking to even pull MaNa apart. We even have some dropper lords on the way.
Yeah, throw a couple of Banelings into that bad boy, and yeah, a mineral line is going to be completely forfeit. Elazer now maxed out. MaNa is going to do his due diligence and will try to scout wherever he can.
Yeah, I'm a little bit...
We'll see what the response from there is going to be.
I'm very concerned because we need Disruptors. Disruptors are not on the way, and Disruptors would make short work of the massive Roach army, but the Robos aren't really doing much of anything right now. We do have some pretty good force fields, though.
But you know what they say, if you can't break through a force field, break through a gateway.
Up! Meanwhile, the bathing one by the right-hand side
will get denied by these force fields and by this Colossus as well.
Oh my god.
In the end, only a handful of probes go down, as well as a couple of gateways. Pretty tight defenses here from MaNa, all things considered.
I'm a little bit shocked. With the overcharge and with the warping of Stalkers, so many Banelings just went down for nothing. Oh my god. But we have another Ling run by, and MaNa, does he have enough left over to hold on?
Well, considering he sent most of his army across the map, it's going to be a bit more difficult. He should be able to hold on here without taking any economic damage, but yeah, he's definitely not getting the better end of that trade.
Oh, force fields are a little bit lackluster. The Banelings, they do find their connections with the main army. MaNa, he takes a lot of big hits.
Yeah, all of the sentries are taken out, actually.
Yeah, every single sentry. Now there's not a buffer here for the main army. The Prism is across the map. He cannot reinforce, and now the Roach Ravager is getting on top of the Colossi.
Yeah, a couple of them are going down. Meanwhile, the Celts are finding a little bit of damage here. They were able to cancel that 5th base, cancel a kill. Kill that 5th base, yeah.
They kill the base. You have Zealots in the main as well. Just getting a couple of drone kills. 11 workers have gone down, but the Prism gets sniped.
That's a huge pickoff here for Elazer. Once again, just giving himself a lot more breathing room. He doesn't have to worry about harass coming his way. He can just focus on macro and go in for counterattacks like this.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit shocked that we don't see any disruptors at all here. Like MaNa, instead he warps in more high tempo. He's working on Storm against Roach Ravager.
Huh. Yeah, it looks like his solution to Roaches and Ravagers are going to be Immortals instead. Which, you know what, I can't really say I blame him. Disruptors can be very hit or miss. They can be very unreliable, but I'm not, especially considering the fact that he's now just lost another 21 probes. He needs a big, impactful unit like Disruptors rather than a zoning unit like High Templar.
Yeah, it was a Dropper Lord that had come in towards the linear 3rd base. We did just barely miss it, but a lot of probes did just go down. I was just, again, a little bit in shock as to the overall army composition that MaNa was going for. There is a place for High Templar and Storm to get us wrong, especially against Ling Bane, especially against Hydras. But against more clunky units like this, Storms, they tickle more than anything. So yeah, I'm not too convinced here. We'll see if he can hold on. Unfortunately, because of the probe damage earlier, like MaNa is kind of limping along, struggling to remax.
Yeah, you can really see that reflected in the supplies right now. Elazer already maxed out with Lunkas. Alright, GG. Oh wait, but this is a ZvP, not a ZvP.
It's true.
So
yeah.
maybe not GG.
It's GG unless MaNa can take to the skies and go into Skytoss, mate.
Which is doubtful considering the economy.
Yeah, the Lunkas are here, as you were saying. They are king when it comes to anti-ground. They can struggle, though, against, like, a lot of Immortals. And we do have a lot of Immortals. I'll give MaNa that credit there. With Immortals and with Archons, they can tank a lot of shots and get on top of the army if there isn't enough to really buffer for them.
Yeah, now these High Templar are about to max out on energy. There's plenty of storming potential there as well, both for zoning and to just delete some of the lower health units. But we'll see. 2 War Prisms are being made.
They are being made, but we do have the Roach Ravager army hitting the 3rd base. MaNa getting caught out of position here is in the middle of the map, is looking to turn around, but damage is going to be done before that happens as Elazer is hitting 2 bases at once. That's
quite a bit of infrastructure in that 3rd base location. And meanwhile, in the other 3rd base location, even more gateways and even more probes.
Hey, MaNa doesn't turn around. He's going for the all-in. He's going for the base trade.
Well, we'll see if this is going to be enough. If he can at least equalize the damage or force Elazer back. It looks like he is forcing a little bit of army back home here.
Yes.
Takes out the Lurker Den, which is a pretty big pickoff.
So Elazer kills the 3rd and he kills the 4th base. He turns around and we'll see what MaNa can get done. Oh my god, he's going to face a Spore Forest.
Ugh. Spores and Spines are going to be facing him over there with the Lurkers to meet them as well now.
Yeah, there's just no way to push up this ramp, and MaNa does split off a couple of units to go into the main base, and there we go. He is going to go for the linear 3rd as well. He is going to take out a lot of hatcheries, but he doesn't have anything across the map to defend. He can always go for a recall.
Yeah, it's always available for him. I want to point out that MaNa now has 2 War Prisms on the map.
Yeah.
The Hive!
Goes
down.
The Hive goes down. A lot of Lurkers go down as well. Elazer wasn't paying attention to his main army, so very expensive losses from the side of Elazer.
Is this gonna reset everything?
I mean, it looks like MaNa's going to be able to take down the top left-hand base as well. Elazer's turning back around with his Roach Ravager, though.
Yeah, and that's a lot of spine crawlers here. Mortals are good, but these spine crawlers do buy Elazer so much time.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Like, sure, we have storms on top of the roaches, and that's nice and all, but I mean, they don't really care that much.
Yeah, the yoinks good enough. Those feedbacks were a little bit too late. A lot of high value units of mana were taken out. But now, look at that. 38 drones versus 37 probes. Both players down to 2 bases.
Yeah, MaNa, unfortunately, his second base doesn't have any mining at all. but he can get there. He can get there. He did keep a lot of his High Templar alive and Immortals as well. Like, this army isn't looking too bad. It's lacking some gateway support, but not bad at all. MaNa's rotating over towards his fresh mining base. Meanwhile, that one Void Ray is going ham. Oh god, no!
Oh, it was going ham until the buy landed.
I was about to say that there wasn't a lot of anti-air, but okay, Hydras are coming out anyway. Elazer is looking at his vision. He actually doesn't know about the Nexus on the bottom right-hand corner of the map.
Oh. A little bit of a ninja here for MaNa. If he can keep that alive and mining, more importantly, he will have an avenue to come back into this game. But of course, it's much easier said than done.
Yeah, Elazer setting up for a mass around right now. He goes for the yoink. He does pick off one of those Archons. A Blinding Cloud is thrown down as well. He's diving on in, but here come the storms.
Yeah, the storms do blanket a couple of these. Hydras, which is pretty decent, but there's nothing really available to clean them up. And anyway, they're not going to remain Hydras for much longer. Lurkerden is about to finish up once again.
Yeah, Lurkerden is being rebuilt here to get back into that Lunker production. Meanwhile, MaNa took out a hatchery. He's going to rotate over. We do see Elazer triple expanding or double expanding right now, trying to get his economy back up and running. MaNa, he runs into the Lurkers.
Yeah, forced retreat a little bit. Observers not quite in position to deal with that. Elazer doing such a good job with his remaining roaches.
Yeah, he's able to cancel a Nexus here. He's able to harass and at least force these Void Rays to stay at home. Once again, MaNa rotates back around, takes down another one of these hatcheries.
We are getting to such a low economy.
This is a really weird game to be in, not gonna lie.
This is the most appropriate way to decide who is the king of Poland.
You're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. Oh my god! The Observer gets sniped, and that's pretty huge. What is our detection look? Okay, now we got 3 more Observers here for MaNa.
Is that giving him diminishing returns when it comes to the supply?
No, I think against Lurkers, it's justified.
Okay. I guess, yeah, I mean, as at this point, supply isn't really much of an issue. I mean, he's very far from maxing out. It's really, mining and production that's really keeping him down when it comes to his army count.
Yeah, and that's the problem, is the fact that Elazer is getting these hatcheries back up and running. His economy is not looking too bad whatsoever. We can see the income graph deep in the blue, deep in favor of the Zerg.
Yeah, and of course, that doesn't tell the whole story. MaNa still has a decent army with these Archons and with these Immortals and Void Rays, but as long as Elazer is able to get into a decent enough position to borrow his Lurkers, I don't think MaNa's going to be able to make use of his army. Great storms and good feedbacks.
Yeah, great storms here on the majority of the Hydra army. Meanwhile, we're down to 1 Observer. Another storm on the Hydras.
Oh, so many Zerg units are being taken out here, and Elazer does not have a good enough economy where he can really afford these losses.
Yeah, I'm sure Elazer is regretting the fact that he sent his roaches to counterattack across the map. We do see a mass round coming in, though, but without the support of the Lurkers.
Oh, and this might just about kill Elazer's army right now. There are no more storms anymore. Void Rays are being taken out. Prismatic Alignment actually being a little bit wasted here on the Hydras.
Yeah, and with the mass surround, MaNa loses his entire standing army. That is it. Elazer was just looking for that one big engagement. He got it, and now MaNa, what does he really have left?
1 Void Ray and 8 Zealots. That's what's left of MaNa's army right now against 19 Hydras, 4 Roaches, 4 Lurkers, and a Ravager.
Yeah, exactly. Like, again, Elazer was mining, and MaNa just had one mining base. That is all he could really rely on. Here we go. Another Nexus is going to be going down. MaNa is going to be avoiding it. He's going to be catching a couple of stray Hydras here. Not too bad. He's getting as much value as possible, but oh my god, they do fall back to the safety of the Spine Forest.
You're getting as much value as possible, but how much value can you really extract from that few units?
Yeah.
Elazer still has to scout at this bottom right base, though.
Yeah, he hasn't.
Give him that.
I can't believe it. I can't. Now he's finally gonna check here. Finally, he's gonna realize, oh my god, how long have you had this goddamn base? At the same time, it looks like he's also gonna be losing a pretty crucial mining base as well.
Yeah, you know what? Zerg doesn't have recall. But it is a small map. So.
Yeah, we're not recalling back here, buddy. That's not. That's not happening. MaNa is gonna back the hell up. He gets a hatchery at least. But now MaNa has almost 0 income. He's long distance mining into his main base.
Oof. And this is the last patch in that natural base as well. If he ever moves out of this natural base location, I mean, the probes are just gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. There's just not much left here for MaNa. He even does go for a bit of a recall. He saves a lot of probes. Does save the majority of the workers. We are down. We do have 4 High Templar with Storm, I guess, as well. So anything's possible.
It's 100 mineral income versus 1,000 for Elazer.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Trying to get another base.
Look, we potentially have 4 storms, okay?
True. And you know what? If they all like spread out,
yeah.
If he times it right,
yeah,
so that all of them get the maximum damage,
yep.
Elazer's gonna lose his army.
He'll lose his Hydras at least.
Yeah. Lurkers are pretty tanky. Yeah. They're wrong.
He'll at least lose the Hydras. Looking at the units tab, okay, we do have 1 observer as well, so we do have detection available to deal with the lurkers. But I feel like really MaNa is just hoping that his opponent pushes into him. But Elazer, he's just expanding and taking another base, and I wouldn't be surprised if he maxes out first before pushing out.
Yeah, all of MaNa's hopes are kind of pinned on Elazer making a mistake, not looking where he needs to be looking, and just losing a crucial engagement.
Yeah.
Elazer's well aware of this, though. He is doing everything he can to minimize that risk.
But you know what? Shout out to MaNa, because he made this game closer than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after he had just kind of given Elazer so much like freedom and map control. But here we go, potentially the final engagement of the game. We do see the massive amount of lurkers laying siege upon a very important mining base here of MaNa. Oh.
GG is called before that engagement can happen, though. Feel a little bit blue-balled here, but it was a bit of an anticlimactic end. But you know what? It was a very, very intense game in a very, very back-and-forth series. GG, though, Elazer will secure his throne as the King of Poland.
GG, well played. I also feel a little bit wrong because, mate, you know, the fight wasn't going to go MaNa's way. We all know this. But, you know, he had 4 High Templar with maxed out energy. You know, he
could have had some, visuals going on there.
Regardless, GG, well played. Congratulations to MaNa as he does advance on first in Group B.
Ooh, I forgot we were in a group. Yeah. Very well played here from Elazer. Very decisive series against Dolan, and then a bit more of a back and forth series here against MaNa, but he adapted very, very well, and yeah, he, again, will move on to group stage 3, top of the group, and yeah, once again, just will remind everybody why he is has been the top player from Poland for a very, very long time.
Exactly. But to be fair, there's a world out there, there's a universe where MaNa 2-0'd Elazer. Like, that game...
There is. It really is.
The proxy on Cosmic Sapphire was really close. Like, oh my god, that was so close to working out for MaNa, and unfortunately, obviously, it didn't go that way for him, but I think we were both very impressed so far with MaNa's play in both of his series against two top-tier European players. Like, MaNa's, mate, he's on fire.
He is. And I have a feeling he's going to continue to be on fire for a month, at least. Hopefully 2.
Hopefully 2. Oh my god. So with this, we are now going to be moving on to the elimination match of Group B.
True.
But before that happens, we're halfway through the broadcast. We are going to be going on a short break, so you can use this as an opportunity to get some water, to go to the bathroom, maybe get some snacks, maybe maybe order some food, and then in a couple of minutes we'll be back with the rest of the group.
Indeed, we shall. We are going to be playing a duct tape to keep it going. Quite humorous. We hope you enjoy.
See you then. Ciao.
Bella.